Stop chasing, man. Y'all get on in here, man. Y'all get on in here. Y'all get on in here. All right. Let me know where y'all chiming in from. Liz, how you feeling? How you feeling, Liz? Good to see you. It's going great today. I'm feeling good. Feeling great. QTZ in the building. What up? What up? All right, look, we got some little setups. All right, we got some setups. All right. Before we go any further, like, I just need you to hit that like button. All right. Give me a doop. That's it. One time. All right. I'm never gonna gatekeep levels, never gonna gatekeep information, always gonna give you what you need to be successful in the market. The proof is in the pudding. Go back and watch the lives, go back and watch the videos. The things that we talk about on here pan out. Okay, so if you're tired of, going to this and that group, not getting what you need to actually really make money, right? It's time to start making that little change, yo. I've been friendly with y'all. I ain't gonna lie. That gotta go. It's been a little it's been a little while. I be seeing y'all lurking on the page. It's time to join. It's time to join TPC. My bad, y'all. I'm sitting here trying to respond to messages. All right. It's good to see y'all, man. Let me see who we got up in here. Gorgeous one. How you feeling? It's impossible to say gorgeous one without giving you a compliment. How you feeling, gorgeous one? Darrell, what up, man? Wise in the building. Chandra, how you feeling? Stoic, what up, man? Got Katie in the building. You said is WA? That's Washington, right? Is it Nissan or Nissan? Big Sean, what's going on, brother? All right, look, we about to go over some levels. We're gonna talk about some things that I'm seeing in the market, right? I know that's what we all are here for. But before we do that, man, I gotta give a shout out to everybody in the Prosperity Collective. All right. Matter of fact, I gotta go do that right now. I gotta go do that right now. Shout out to everybody in the Prosperity Collective. All right. Big bags today. I like to call them patient bags. We caught patient bags today. All right. We caught some patient bags today. Hold on. I'm about to pull it up. Don't worry. I got you. We caught some patient bags today. All right. So for those who are joining for the first time, look, every day, 11:30 on the West Coast, 2:30 on the East Coast, I'm here going over levels, scouring the market, studying, analyzing stocks to see what levels look good to me, right? When I find something that looks good, we take it. All right. I'm not sure where else on the internet you can go to get free plays every day. All right. If it's not there, we won't take it, obviously. But for the most part, if we see a clean setup, we're going to take it. All right. I'm just trying to go back to the earlier part of the day real quick. Hold up. Man, I had a lot of profits in here today. Are we still on March? Okay. March 13th start right here. All right, look. We're going to do it like this. All right. First and foremost, shout out to Alchemist, right? 56% today on PANW. All right. $200. Elijah. Shout out to Elijah. $200. Right? Look at the times on this. 658. Right? 716. Triple chambers. What's it say? $52? Or is it 52 or 552? It looked like 552. Shout out to Chambers. Ari came through. All right. 663 market value. What was the profit on that? 84% profit. Come on, Kelton, 28% profit. Where y'all at? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. 55% from emails. That's a funny name. Liz, 7% caught a $200 bag, quit. 20% scout for dreads on IWM. 13, he got 2 scouts, right? All by 8 o'clock. All right, Rico came through with the IWM put. 16% he scored on that. Then he came back and scored another 24%. Shout out to Rico. All right, Alchemist back again with another 30%. All right, we got Chris Nike in the building, right? He came through with the puts, right? 153, 160. All right. Alchemist was like, I'm not done. He's like, I gotta catch NVIDIA, right? I signaled NVIDIA in the group. He caught that for 21%. We saw some other people that got that for like 47 to 50%. That was a real clean play towards the end of the live trading call. Like I got off shortly after that, right? So again, y'all, in this market, we don't gotta take every single thing, right? We just gotta wait for the right plays. We was on the, ask anybody in the group, we was in there cutting up until for at least an hour and a half before we took a single play. And but like I told them, like we always locked in though. So don't ever for a second think because we talking to y'all and we having fun and we hee ha ha. Don't think we ever taking our eyes off the main thing, right? We still locked in. We still going, we still got our levels. We still got what we looking for, and we came in like snipers. All right, 40% on NVIDIA. Candy took that call. Glow Love came through 37% on NVIDIA. Come on, yeah. Why doesn't know what's going on? 22%. Come on now. Listen, look at this, man. Strat Queen came through, right? $600, 200% on the profit, right? This is a consistent thing, right? K Pip came through and showed only 2 losses in 2 weeks, right? That's an improvement. That's an improvement. Get rid of holding on and averaging to losers because theta make you a FAFO. Exactly. Fuck around and find out. Look, 200%. What we got? Ronald came through. What Ronald got? 27. Come on now. Came and hit him again for 141. King Corey, 70%. Mikey, I see you with the 15% on meta calls. Right? Look at this. Jay Bird. I don't see nothing but green. I don't see nothing but green. 16%, 60%, 9%, 19%, 39%, 15%. I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot of trades, Jay Bird. I'm not gonna lie to you, but look, you came out on top, so you know what you're doing. All right, that is a lot of trades, though. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, 73%. Big D in the building. 73%. Come on now. $228 day with Kenny. Easy money. 343 with Liz. Easy money. Doc hit him for 21%. Easy money, $1,600 on a day. Let's go. Roswell came through 175%. Listen, y'all, I'm doing this because I don't like to be like, oh, come here and do it. I like to just show you what's going on. All right? I like to just show you what's going on in the group. Green Queen came through for what? 230%. I think that's enough, yo. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. If you have not joined the Prosperity Collective, it would be a good idea for your trading to do so. Okay? It would be a great idea for your trading to do so. It'll be a great idea for your spirit, for your physical, for your mental, right? To just get an overall like good energy and motion going on. Okay? If you've been struggling on your own, it's time to lock in. Okay? Second quarter starts very soon. What you gonna do? Second quarter starts very soon. What are you going to do? All right. Who else we got up in here? Who else we got up in here? Like, it's time to join. You already know. Okay, Washington State. It's nice sign. Okay, got it. Joy, how you feeling, Joy? Alchemist in the building. What's going on, man? You said, are we sniping or swinging? We're going to find out, KDH. We're gonna find out. We might find a little quick snipe, but more than likely we'll probably swing. I see some swing setups, coming in here, so more than likely we'll do that. Zoe in the building. How you feeling, Zoe? Doop! You already know. Hit that like. And listen, if you in here watching me this long, hit the like button. just however you hit the like button. Just go ahead and get that out the way, because I'm gonna give you what you need. All right. I'm gonna give you what you need. He said, yes, won't happen again. Hey, listen, hey, Jay, I know how it be like wanting to take a lot of trades, but again, y'all, listen, sometimes we do things and they work out, but if we continue doing those things, it may not continue to work out. You feel what I'm saying? So when we just think about something from a statistical perspective, if we are taking 4 or 5 trades a day, we might have a day where we hit. But man, that day when it's not hitting, and you lose like the first 2, and you're like, all right, you trying to get, you know what I mean? Like, statistically speaking, that's a lot of trades to consistently get right on every day. I'm gonna be real with you. But shout out to you for being able to, you know what I'm saying, come through with that. Big D in the building. How you feeling? D Goods, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Doop! You already know. A Wonder in the building. What's up, man? All right. Listen, we got some little setups. Hold up. Y'all know what I'm gonna just start doing? I'm gonna just start putting it on airplane mode when I go live. All right. You said sound is great today? That's what we like to hear. I'm not gonna lie, it be blowing me when the sound is like acting up. But when I can come, and my voice is probably a little clearer too because I'm sipping this tea. But today was an epic lesson in the Discord today. No, absolutely, Big D. Like, so for those who are not in the TPC, right? We spent, like I said, probably about an hour and a half just enjoying ourselves, just laughing, talking shit, right? Like I said, keeping our eyes on what we were waiting on. And what did we do, y'all? We just waited on it. Rich OG, what up? We just waited on it. I'd rather wait for, like, I caught 23%. Some people got more than me because I got out early on NVIDIA. Isaiah, I think he caught like 30 something. It was some people that caught that or more, right? But we told y'all exactly what we were looking for the whole time. We popping in and out of the voice message, letting y'all know what we waiting for. And when it came, we took it and it worked. That's the lesson, y'all. That's the lesson in life. See what you want, right? But remain where you at. I say stop chasing every day. As time goes on, it's gonna start hitting a little different. You're gonna be like, oh, that's what he mean. In life, when you let stuff come to you, that's the stuff that stays. You always feel a little weird when you're chasing something. I don't know what it is. You always feel just a little like you giving, you know what I mean? Like you chasing a significant other, you chasing you know what I'm saying, a job. Anytime you start chasing something, it start running away. It start like looking at you different. They're like, nah, I don't want to go over there. They too pressed. They want it too bad. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, y'all. Let's get these likes up, all right? All right, look, we're going to get into it in just a second. Exactly, John Presley. Stop chasing. Stop chasing. All right, let's get into these levels. All right. All right, first up, Dollar General, y'all. First up, Dollar General. Make this a little smaller. I'm liking Dollar General. All right. Dollar General came and filled 50% of this gap. So it hit a target. Right? Let me draw a line right here. Horizontal line. So yesterday's low of day was a 50% fair value gap fill. Okay? So it broke down and it came and filled 50% of this gap. It gapped down on Wednesday, right? Which is why Thursday created the fail 2D after bouncing off of that target. Okay? What we have on our hands now, y'all, is a inside candle, also a bullish harami. Okay? Dollar General could float back up here at least to retest highs next week and possibly even fill this gap right here. We have a nice amount of space, right? This fair value gap right here, this line right here is about 50% of that fair value gap, which sits right around where this retested yesterday. All right. So if we can push up a little bit, I don't like it pushing down like this. So it's not just an automatic, let's get into it right now. I want to see it push up. I want to see it close the day pushing up, right? If we can get some buyers to come in here and push this up to, maybe somewhere around like 133.50, right? If we can get a push up into there, I'd be very interested in swinging calls, and I would do it for about 2 weeks. All right, I do it for about 2 weeks. Let me actually go look at the weekly real quick. Yeah, it's starting to bounce up a little bit. Yeah, so I like this setup, but again, we're gonna have to come back to it a little bit later in the day just to see if it holds. But like I said, if it keeps pushing down like this, then we just won't take it. Right? We're not going to force something that's not there. All right, but I do like how that's starting to set up. All right, Nvidia, man, we had a field day on Nvidia. Right? People that stayed in Nvidia made so much cash. All right, we caught the 3-2 on the 2 hour right here. Right? It did exactly what we said. Came, made the 3-2. We entered on the failure up here, and it broke down. And then it came down some more. Right? So this was a beautiful trade. Anybody that left runners ate. Anybody that took profit when I did ate. Either way, you ate. There was no upside on Nvidia. Everybody should have made it out that trade with plenty of green. Okay, so what I'm seeing on Nvidia on a daily is literally the same thing that we took on the 2 hour earlier. 3-2 possible setup, right? It's a 3-2 setup. All right. Now, normally I will not take puts into an order block, right? The only reason that I would in this particular situation is because 3-2s work out so well on Nvidia, like so. Right here, and it came deep into the order block, right? Like so. You see what I'm saying? Every time we see a 3-2 combination, we get a nice little drop. Okay. This particular case right here, it did not work out immediately, but it did 3 days later. Okay, so even with things that don't work out the very next day, this is such a strong setup. All right, as long as it's holding the structure. So even over here, when it didn't work out, we see that it still maintained inside candles. It still stayed inside of here, never even went up here to retest. All right, so we got the fallout, on that Wednesday, a couple of days following that original setup. All right, so I do like Nvidia for possible puts. I'll be making a determination for that a little bit later. Also on the weekly, it looked like it was supposed to reverse. If we push down more, that'll still kind of be holding the 2 down structure. So this might be the only point of concern right here. Let's see something real quick. Nah, that's selling pressure though. Yeah, I would like to take Nvidia and swing it down to about this area right here, about 177. So a few dollars on this could do well a week or 2 weeks out. All right, so I'm gonna be watching this. I'm watching Dollar General as well. Dollar General is starting to kind of look a little shady because it's still pushing down, and I'm not liking that at all. So we might have to X that off the list. But again, we'll confirm before we get in. All right. Who's the other one? Tesla. Okay. Yeah, Apple broke down out of the bear flag. Right. Yesterday it got a bear close. Damn, I wish I would have seen this yesterday. I wish I would have seen this close out of this bear flag. I would have took a swing on that 8 today. Um yeah, y'all. We could be coming down in the market pretty substantially. I'm looking at mm, I like Amazon puts too, yo. I like Amazon puts on the bear flag. Yeah. I like this. I like this. Cool little setup. I like this. I like this coming straight out the flag too. Like us not we don't even have to really wait for this one. This is a bearish Harami. Yep, and we got this fair value gap sitting here. Even just the first target would be a nice little drop. And that's on the weekly. Mm. Let me see something, y'all. And let's see how Amazon closes. I'm not gonna rush this one. I may wait until it breaks a little bit further down because I'm not really feeling the bounce action here. Even though it looks like we're gonna have a bearish week next week. Um, I don't want to get caught up in the earlier part of the week having drawdown unnecessarily when there may be a better opportunity to enter. So um, we'll monitor this and see how it closes. Um, but I do like Amazon within the next few days for a put. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, I'm not. This could possibly be a call opportunity. Yeah, I like this. Checks out on the weekly too. Um, yeah, this I might swing ARM. This has a bullish Harami right here. Fail 2D on the weekly at an order block. Let me see. So next earnings is in. Plans to no terrible news. All banks pay plans to price US IPO around low end of range. All right. Yeah. So that's another option. Again, we'll circle back to some of these. I'm just kind of going through and seeing, what looks the best. Netflix kind of like didn't really do much today. Um, but I believe that explosion is coming, y'all. We got an inside candle right here. This could there's gonna be a big move. Mark my words, y'all. There's gonna be a big move that happens Monday. I can't call which direction it's gonna be. That's the only reason I'm not gonna take Netflix, because it could push down into this bearish order block and fair value gap right here, and start making an attempt to close this huge gap, right? Or this could just be the limit to the downside retesting, and it could explode, up to this 101. So we're gonna see. My intuition is saying to the upside, but I do want to wait for a little bit more confirmation. All right, but Netflix is like it's in a position to make another big move, because when you look at the full picture, right, this is where Netflix ultimately wants to go. It wants to get up here, right? So yeah, we yanked up here. We went crazy right here. It had to start tapering off a little bit to come down, and like y'all, like we always say, come get some fuel. So that fuel could be being provided right here in this order block. But I'm gonna have to look at the flow and see. But I think next week we definitely start to pump and start making our way through this order block right here. And we might even see like a 110 on Netflix next week. All right, let's see what else. Damn, Verizon put in work today. Microsoft. Microsoft came down 1.5%. Yeah, not a whole lot of crazy movement. Damn, MU did some. MU be putting that work, man. Goodness. Yeah, MU had a really nice day. Meta fell crazy. Liz, I know you always talk about Meta. Did you catch Meta today? All right. Let's see. George, he said, got cooked in the AM, then I cooked in the PM. There we go, George. There we go. D Good. He said 20% on that video. There you go, D Good. That's what I like to see. Miss Fruitful, how you feeling? 2600. What up? What up? What you do today? What you do today, 2600? Talk to me. Talk to me. Yeah, Amazon does look good. We gonna see. Yeah, I can look at MU and Meta like in detail, Liz. Adobe, okay. You called a play yesterday that broke all time highs. Which one? Which one was it? Made 77. There we go. Talk to me. That's what it's about. What stock was it? Doop. Y'all already know. As y'all come in, man, hit that like button. Also, listen, I gotta say this. Before I go any further, I need y'all to understand that these are not calls that I'm making as a financial advisor. All right, this is not financial advice by any means. It's for entertainment purposes only. Okay, I'm only here to talk my shit, entertain y'all, and that's it. All right, and if you do decide to take some of this entertainment seriously, and you decide that you want to go and get in one of these plays, know that you are doing so with your own brain, from doing your own research and your own due diligence. All right, I don't really know what I'm talking about here. A little bit before we got on. Okay. Yeah, Verizon definitely been putting in work. Doop! Candy, you already know what's going on. Y'all hit that like button. You said it was KR? Okay. Okay, you got it. Okay. And you didn't get, hey, listen. So let me ask you this, 2600. How you feel about not taking a play today? Right? You hit yesterday and you didn't take a play today. How do you feel about your patience level? Do you feel like your patience is starting to improve a little bit? Because that's what we're trying to get you guys to understand, right? We've been trying to lead by example, right? We've been trying to show, like, hey, this is what we're doing. And again, we want y'all to be able to fish on your own. All right. We are not that group that's like, don't take plays and you need us and all. It's like, no, you need yourself. But peep game, you know what I mean? Like see what we're doing. Pick up on the nonverbals, right? And start to implement that. So I'm curious to see, like, it felt better? Okay, awesome. Yeah. I'm telling you, when you just wait, man, the most beautiful things show up in your life. I think MU is going to pull back before they have their earnings next week. That's probably the case, Liz, and then probably go crazy after that. Literally, we were chilling and chatting, and then the move came. Isiah Marcel walked us through the second. But yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, hey, talk to him, Big D. Y'all gotta listen to Big D, man. Y'all gotta listen to Big D. Listen, I wish I could sell y'all, right? I wish I could be like I wish I could use some bro marketing to try to get you guys in a course and try to. I wish I could do that, but all I know how to do is just do us, right? And I really think that is what's missing from the market, right? From the industry, right? I feel like we like the anti-industry, best kept secret. You know what I mean? Like you because you had to find us because we ain't run no ads. So if you in the group, you found us. You know what I'm saying? So if you're here, really consider it, right? If this resonates with you, if the people that you're seeing in the chat resonate, if the stuff that I'm saying resonate, you know what I mean? Like, make a consideration. It's just like fishing, straight up, wise. Exactly. Like you're not fishing by yo. So y'all giving me analogies, right? You're not when you go fishing, you're not diving into the deep water. I mean, it's some people that do that shit. there is, like, I know people that there is a certain type of fishing when you do get in the water, right? But we're not talking about. We're talking about the majority of people that go out with a hook and rod, right? A rod and reel, I should say, right? And when you go out there, like, it be boring sometimes. That's why you usually want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, people use it for peace of mind. They might read a book, you know what I'm saying? They might be vibing to some music. They might be doing, a ton of other things. But when that setup comes, right? When that fish come around and start pulling on that hook, got him. And that's how we treat it every single day. I told myself that I have a good 3 to 5 days, yeah. And not trading on Fridays. I love that. I love that you got a rule for yourself and you sticking to it. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing 3 to 5 days and you leave Fridays off, like, all you're doing is improving your statistics, right? You're taking more quality stuff. Now, in sports, it might make more sense. They might be like, oh, shoot more because you can knock more down if you shoot more. Some people took on that, that mindset, but it ain't the same in trading. It's not trade more and you make more. It's like trade more and now you just at risk more. So it's important. I tell people all the time, how are y'all learning how to fish? Getting taught a skill for skill. But then y'all not going to get your own bait and boat and catch. Exactly. It's going to be a time where y'all gonna be teaching this to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Whoever, whether it's publicly, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, amongst your friends and family. Because here go the thing. It's like, once you know how to do this, what are you holding on to it for? Why wouldn't you want everybody to be able to learn this? Right? No scarcity mindsets over here. All right, so only puts on Friday or traded. Oh, okay. It's a sell-off. Yep. Yeah, a lot of times you can't see a major sell-off on Fridays. People getting out of positions. It's not gonna happen like that all the time. Sometimes we get a pump. You know what I mean? But even definitely at the end of the day, a lot of times you start seeing people just like getting out of positions. All right. All right. So y'all go ahead and send me some stocks that y'all want me to analyze, and we'll jump into that, and then we'll swing back around, spin back around, and see if we're gonna take some swings today. All right, but I'm going to do MU and I'm going to do Meta because I saw those first. All right, so I'm looking at Meta on the daily. It did come down pretty substantially. Oh, wow, okay. Meta actually has a head and shoulders, and it looks like it broke the neckline today. It looks like it broke the neckline today. Slanted neckline here. All right. Came down pretty substantially, broke the neckline. Yeah, Meta could come all the way down here, y'all. Meta might be trying to get 580 for real. Meta might be trying to get 580. Let me look at it on the weekly. Yep. Very bearish. Very bearish. This might be a solid swing to a put swing. This might be a solid put swing. Like I said, it broke and closed below this neckline right here. Right shoulder right here, left shoulder right here, neckline right here, and the head was formed right up here at a bearish order block. All right, so yeah, we could absolutely come down to about 580. All right, this might not be a bad one to consider right here. Solid one, Liz. This could definitely be a nice play to the downside. Let me look at this on the 4 hour. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I like Meta. All right, let's see. MU. Yeah, MU will probably fall into this fair value gap. You said, let's see, earnings is when? Earnings is what, Wednesday, I'm thinking? 5 days, yeah. Yeah. We probably see it, take a little seat, fall back into this fair value gap, maybe about 50% of it, form a bull flag and then take off. But it has been in this range since January, right? So the range here is 363 to 455.86. So we've been range bound for a couple of months. All right, we've been range bound for a couple of months. So you know what I like to say, a break of the range is that's going to get you some money right there. I probably should have said change. That wouldn't rhyme. But yeah, if it breaks out of this range, 455.86. Right? If it break out of 455.86 to the upside, that'll be beautiful. But again, we gotta wait on that. Like right now, I wouldn't take it in any direction, especially like with earnings coming up. If it comes back down, breaks through this fair value gap, and then comes and retests the bottom of this range, that could also be a really nice entry. Or if it comes to about 50% of this and forms a bull flag, and then breaks out of the bull flag, that could be nice. All right, so we just gotta wait for that. But right now there's nothing swingable in view. All right, let's see what y'all got for me. Oh shit, y'all can't even y'all can't even see it. I knew it. God damn it. My bad, y'all. My bad. All right. So yeah, what I was saying is that it's in this range right here. 363.62 to 455.86. All right, so I like it above the range, obviously, or below the range. The moment that it breaks out of either one of those areas look really good. We could take something like a bull flag that comes down into this fair value gap and then reverses, but again, waiting for better quality is always going to be best. I'm not trying to time MU on earnings. I'm not trying to catch earnings pump and stuff like that. I'm just talking about for a solid trade on this, either outside to the top side of the a break out of the top range or a breakdown out of the bottom of the range. We break down out of the bottom of the range. First target would be, to close this fair value gap right here. We break through there, then we could come down to this order block. All right. To the upside, if we break highs, since there are no levels above 455.86, it would just be, we would play it in like $10 increments. All right. When you have a stock that's priced over $200, typically like a $5 to $10 increment is what you can play a stock in when it's in a breakout above its highs. Okay. Because we can never predict that it's making new levels. So we can't predict that it's going to be, it's going to go on forever. So a $5 to $10 range is a decent rule of thumb for the increments that you take it between, like after that breakout. So if we break out of 455.86 and we get like a nice bullish close, I would stay in it, like up to about 460, 466, or 465, something around that, $5 to $10, right? Before, checking with it to see if it's going to continue, right? And that be decent, right? I would say on this stock, that's probably about so $18 is 4%. So, $10 would probably be about 2%, somewhere around there. 2 something. All right. So that's a pretty substantial move on an intraday or a swing play. So yeah, that's the look for MU. I really wouldn't want to trade it inside this range. There's just more money to be made outside the range, in my opinion. Better risk to reward. All right. I know, right? He said, whole time just yapping. Hold on, so y'all couldn't see Meta either? I ain't have it up when I was doing Meta either? I know I came back on MU. Tiffany said, scream. Say, Lord, he just talking. Hey, y'all funny, man. we gotta figure out a way that y'all can hit a little button or something when I'm yapping and there's no screen. All right, that's funny. All right, we'll go back and redo Meta since you couldn't see it. So y'all can see my screen, right? Y'all should be able to see my screen. We have the head and shoulders, right? We got the left shoulder right here. All right, I'm gonna walk y'all right back through it. The left shoulder right here. We got the right shoulder right here. We got the head right here that reversed right off of this bearish order block. All right, so it came down and we got the slanted neckline right here. Slanted neckline usually means a pretty strong move. We got a gap down and we should be getting a close below this neckline. This may not be a bad time to swing puts in Meta, right? Meta could come down to the 580. Easy with this particular setup. All right, so if we close like this, I may even take this. The only thing that may happen with Meta is we open up with an inside candle on Monday and then on Tuesday fall. But I'm willing to bet that over the next week we're gonna see Meta, continue to fall pretty substantially. All right, so I do like Meta quite a bit. Y'all funny as hell. She said we need a Doop button. Real talk. Real talk. I ain't gonna lie, that's funny. I'm in here just going for it. And y'all can't even see the screen. Yes, sir. You just said something to break a range. Exactly. When that range gets broke, like that's gonna provide you with the opportunities. Right? So look, tests and breaks, right? If something is testing something, it's going to make a decision whether it's going to break or whether it's going to revert. So at these levels of support are the only time that we ever really even care about a trade. Everything in between that, everything between support and resistance, and I'm talking about major supports like order blocks, fair value gaps, or like a level that is just tested, quite a bit of times. Everything inside of that, we leave that for amateur traders, right? Over here, we're taking them at these high probability levels where there's high volume and smart money. If y'all can remember that, along with just waiting, right? So having the patience for that to occur and never just taking something just randomly like in the middle of something, you're gonna run up a crazy bag. All right? I'm telling you what I know. This is not theory. All right? If we hit you on Discord, would that work? Yeah. If you got a question, you could DM me. I got a few people that have hit me up on Discord, and was some that needed some clarity on stuff. So yeah, absolutely, not a problem at all. You know what I'm saying? All right. What else we got? Yeah, I'm really liking Palantir's flag off this fair value gap. We just got to get a break above. But yeah, once we do that, we got some pretty cool opportunities in Palantir. All right, let's see what else I wanted to see. Make sure we. If we can see this, if you saying if you can't see the screen, yeah, well, I mean you can do that. I'm probably not gonna be in the Discord, so I mean I may get like a little notification on my phone. So yeah, that you could, but I'll notice that I'm not on the screen at first, right? I'll just be more intentional about making sure that y'all see the screen when I'm on it. All right, what else y'all want to see? We got about 40 minutes, 42 minutes left in the market. So I can get a few more analysis in, and then we can go and make a decision about what play we're going to take. Probably take one today. So we're gonna try to figure out which one is the best of what we've seen, and then we'll go with that. All right. Y'all funny. Y'all genuinely crack me up every day, yo. Every single day. Natalie, how you feeling, Natalie? Okay, LVS, FedEx. Okay. All right, LVS and FedEx. Las Vegas stands. What I'm about to do right here, y'all. This I want y'all to be so clear on what I'm about to do. I want it to be so boring to y'all. Like, oh, here you go, you about to do this. Like, it gotta be like that. Because once you got it like that, once your instincts are like that, you'll be able to see plays and identify like in 20 seconds whether it's a go or not. Right? Once you understand like what type of profit you're looking to get or what type of trade you want to take, and you looking at something on a daily, you can instantly tell what it is. So what am I getting ready to do with this chart? You already know. You already know. Exactly 2,600. So let's see it. Let's see it. All we got to do is connect 2 points, y'all. And I like to take my trend lines down to the order block because that's where I'm anticipating that it's going to come for the best opportunity. All right. We got all these bearish fair value gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the upside, right? They were created, they're bearish fair value gaps because they were created in a downward trend. That's so when you see a red fair value gap, that just means that it was a bearish trend that created that fair value gap. You see a green one, that just means it was a bullish trend that created that fair value gap. All right. So we got the trend line here. That's all I'd be waiting for. A break of this trend line. When I zoom in and I just look at it right here, it's just like it's a fail to up. So yeah, it could come down, Monday. It could come down a little bit next week. But man, I want to see a break out of this to get some plays up in here, right? Get like a little rocket ship that go up here. That's where your money gonna be. That's where the honey bun's gonna be. I want the honey buns, right? I want the honey buns. I don't know about y'all. I like the honey buns. Exactly, KDHK. You already know. Get friendly. You know what time it is. QTZ. You already know. Yep. Life of Jay. Yep. Y'all know what's going on. Liz. I'm thinking that so it could be getting exhausted. It could be getting exhausted, but this is why we just wait, y'all. That's the beautiful thing. It's like all we got to do, like when we have an inkling of something, we draw the trend line and we just wait for confirmation. It's that simple. This could spend all week just consolidating downward, 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 and then it's just like, all right, cool, not taking it. It can keep going downward, downward, downward for another 2-3 weeks. It could make its way down to this order block. And if it hits this order block and then it breaks out of this trend line and closes, that is a hell of a setup. That's a hell of a setup because now you have a technical confirmation. You have the help of smart money, and you got all of this room for it to come up. All right. So this would be a beautiful swing for 30 days once we get a confirmation out of it. All right. And you just let your money accumulate. Easy. Easy. And I don't like to say easy. I don't like using that word because I don't like people to think that they don't have to like put in work. But it really is simple. All right. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, 2600. Y'all like that video, right? Like this live, all right? Hit that doop for me one time. That's all I need from you. All right. All right. Let's see. We said FedEx, right? Let's do FedEx. FedEx. Let's see what FedEx is looking like. Oh, they got earnings next week. I mean, it's a solid. It's a solid. FedEx is solid. It's bouncing off this order block. We could definitely see a retrace up to this fair value gap right here. With earnings coming up in 6 days, we could see some wonky movements. We could see them try to drop and sweep this order block right here. Maybe even close down here. I don't it's not appealing enough to just be like, yeah, definitely. Right? I would need a little bit more of a confirmation, even though it is at the order block. That's about all we have right now. So yeah, I wouldn't touch FedEx just yet. And again, I'm not saying it can't work out. Like there's a lot of stuff it's stuff that cannot have a setup and work out. But again, I'm trying to make sure that whenever we are looking to take a trade, it's the most quality. And yeah, this is bouncing, but let me see it on a lower time frame because this might actually be more of a scalp situation. This T got me like Opening my shit up. Uh, I mean, it do got the setup on the floor though. I ain't gonna lie. I just don't want to swing anything into earnings week because the you know what I mean. Like I don't feel good about that. But I mean, it has a decent setup on the 4 hour. Y'all got the inside candle right. It's exhausted the bottom. Um, it could definitely do do some numbers. Um, but I'm not gonna take that though. All right, back to Nvidia, y'all. I see we push down even more into this order block. That is a good sign. Um, again, the weekly, yeah, it's pushing down more. I like this. Oh, push, yeah. I think Nvidia is gonna be the one that I swing, y'all. I think Nvidia is gonna be the one that I swing. I like it. I like it on a daily. Again, we got about 30 minutes left. I wanna see see where it closes, but I think this is gonna be the one that we take right here. I think this is gonna be the one we take. All right. What else I got for me? Target, Target and Tesla. Yeah, Target just the whole thing going on with Jamal Bryant and the boycott and all of that stuff. Um, I think that that's definitely why we're seeing some pushing up. It's definitely in an uptrend. Um, it looks like it wants to pull back to this fair value gap next week though, based off the weekly. But the daily does look like it wants to come and fill this gap right here. So, this is a bullish harami. So yeah, Target's not bad. It's in the order block. It tested the bottom of it, filled the fair value gap. It's not bad. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it, but it's not bad. We got an inside candle, which is a reversal setup. So we can see. It's like I said, it's not the greatest, but it's cool. Um, what else did y'all want? Oh yeah, Tesla. Yeah, I know with Tesla we were waiting for a break out of that trend line, that downtrend. But if it's still dropping, it may not be anything there for us. Yeah. Also, y'all, when you see closes, like so, technically, this closed outside of the trend line, but you never take a call on something that got a wick this big. You know what I'm saying? Like even though it accidentally closed outside of this thing, that's not a bullish close. That is a bearish signal right there, right? That is showing that there are sellers present. So never enter calls just because something has a close outside of the trend. Um, you got to still use your common sense, right? You know what I'm saying? Like think about the what this wick is saying or what this shadow is saying. All right. Yeah. Tesla might want to come down to this order block at 382. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, Tesla looking very bearish. Mm. Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, I wouldn't take Tesla puts. I wouldn't take Tesla puts just based off the weekly. It could be exhausting the downside. Again, for me, I do like the fact that it's coming into this order block because what that tells me is that it's very soon that we're going to get the move we've been waiting for on Tesla. All right. So yeah, let it come into the 380s, 370 zone, right? Let it come into this order block. We almost there. Just like we might as well exercise patience. I know it did make a nice move today, but we don't got to catch it to the downside. Again, we can catch it once it fuels up. It's coming here to get gas. It's running out of gas and it's about to hit the gas station right here. And then we're going to break out of here and we're going to close bullish. When we do that, that's when we take Tesla. All right. All right. What else I want to see? It's gonna be puts that we taking on Nvidia, but we haven't entered yet, Zay. I'm gonna do that probably in the next like 10-15 minutes. All right. Any hope for Roblox? Let's go see. Again, y'all hit that like button for me. Doop. All right. Appreciate you. One time, I never gatekeep any levels, any information. Stop guarding that like button. All right. Show love, receive love. All right. Let's see. Roblox. Ugh. Man, Roblox been falling. Yeah, same thing, yo. This is just throw a trend line on this. Goodness gracious. Roblox is now. We won't count. Let's just say from all time highs. Roblox is down 63%. Yeah. Yeah, who knows if they'll recover? I know they were having a lot of like issues from a ethical perspective. Um, so yeah, who knows if they'll recover? You know, companies go through stuff like this a lot. Um, it could recover. Um, we just have to see. You just throw a trend line on it. Throw a trend line on it. Oh, why are they doing that? Yeah, I would just throw a trend line on it and just let it break out. Take the trend line down to that next bullish order block and let it break out. But anything before that, like I'm not really interested in it. It could keep falling. It is looking pretty bearish, so it could keep falling. But yeah, I'm not really like I say, I'm not into catching like the scraps in the end of a play. You know what I'm saying? I like to catch the meteor part of it, right? Right when it's turning, get as much of the profits as possible. After all of this right here, it's no telling like how much more it's going to drop. But we can control once we break out of this, right? So that's like I said, that's always going to be the case for me. And again, it's not going to always look like this. I know when y'all are looking at these lives, it's like, damn, there's a lot of stuff that's like trending down, and y'all see me draw these trend lines. It's just because we trending down in a lot of stocks. You know what I'm saying? So once that turns, what this means for y'all is just a lot of money on the schedule. I hope y'all understand that. I've drawn and keep your drawings on. I've drawn so many trend lines from these lives, right? Make sure that y'all are going back and periodically looking at them, right? If I draw a live, if I draw a trend line on the live, save that, right? Like write it down in your notes and just be like, let me check on this like every couple of days, right? or just set an alert for what a break of a trend line would be. Now, the only thing about setting alerts for the break of a trend line is that it's moving, right? So the break of a trend line is not a static thing. It's not just a set point like it would be for a horizontal support or resistance level, right? A trend line is slanted, so the breakout point changes every day, right? The more days that you go down, the breakout point changes, right? It gets lower. So that's why you got to make sure that you're monitoring any trade that you've drawn a trend line on. But I'm telling you, if you do that, like I just do a couple, like Nike, right? That's something that we've been watching. Let's go to Nike. We've been waiting for Nike to finally break the trend line. Let's see if it has. It still hasn't. Right? It still hasn't. Nowhere near. Right? But this is something that you just need to continue to check on. Matter of fact, like I said, I love when it takes long. I like when it takes a long time. Right? Because that just means that we're going to have a much stronger trajectory, and velocity to the upside. All right? Again, as y'all come in, hit that like button for me one time. Doop! That's all I need. Denisha said, she said, patiently waiting for the swing on roadblock. I'm telling you, when it appears, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, Life of J. Bird said Adobe. Let's do it. Let's do it. I like it. Hold on, I'm just reading something real quick. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so earnings didn't do that well. I like Adobe, yo. I'm sitting here. I actually like this competes with Nvidia actually. I like this setup here. I like this setup a lot actually. Life of J Bird, shout out to you for this one. I like this one. It already had a bullish setup, right? We had the bull flag drawn, and then the market just didn't really like earnings. But we are back here at a bullish order block. We're forming not only an inverted hammer but a failed 2D inverted hammer. Big gap right here to fill. I like this one, and I might even give it like more time. You know what I mean? Like I may not just do it like next week. So I might do this on like a 30-day. I might do this on a 30-day, just to kind of protect the drawdown, keep that theta in check. All right. So I'm gonna go over Starbucks real quick, and then we're gonna enter a trade. All right. No, not you, Siri. Yeah, yeah, shit, yeah, yeah. Starbucks look good too. Yeah, today's a confirmation day. My only resistance is this support. My only resistance is this support. My only resistance is this support. Right? Right here, this trend line. That's my only, you know what I mean? They got the confirmation. It could break through it. Right? We got all green right here. It is in the order block. Starbucks can fall. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Starbucks. God, man, I got like these are three. I like all three of these. Starbucks actually can fall very hard, y'all. Very hard. This is the confirmation. Yes, there's the support right here, but supports can be broken with the the right setup. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, no earnings or nothing like that. Proposed a 17-hour floor. 4% annual raises. Minimum 3 staff per store. Grievance process. Term and back pay resolution. Talks to resume after November strike. And they still in the let me see something. Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. So we got three plays on the table right now. All right. We got Starbucks, we got Nvidia, we got Adobe. I really like Nvidia. Again, I'm gonna just show you what my one little hang up is on Nvidia. All right. I don't know what's in this one. Got me sniffling like I don't know what. My only hang up on Nvidia is like I said, we right here in this order block. But again, it's a 3-2. It's a 3-2. So again, we could come down pretty substantially, like, and it has done that, right? It has come, pretty deep into its order block. So it's not like Nvidia doesn't do that, right? Bearish engulfing. My only hang up is that we are banking on like the 2 happening on Monday, right? Like a 3-2. But what we could see is a drastic bounce. That's the only thing I'm just like, I don't really like it right here. So with that being said, and also we were looking at Dollar General, that's out the play. No way am I getting into this. It could still do its thing, but it's broken out of like what I'm seeing. I don't like, it's no longer a bullish around me, so not taking that. Adobe looks good. Starbucks looks really good. And I only want to take one play. I'm gonna let y'all vote. From what we just analyzed, which one y'all think? Make it interesting. This a user call right here. User call. It's a member call right here. You already know, Jamie. You said sound on a bearish 3-2. Let me see something real quick. We about to make some money though, y'all. Either like any one of these look good. Ooh, and yeah, sound trying to get up out of that bullish order block too. Hold up. Yeah, sound look good. Sound look real good. Y'all saying something right now. But the only thing about sound is that it could be like it got that 3, but it is very close to it could be a double bottom, you know what I'm saying, or triple bottom. That's the only reason I ain't gonna mess with sound, because it could be a triple bottom. You know what I'm saying? Again, as y'all come in here, man, hit that like button for me one time. Doop. All right. He said Starbucks in the video gonna double up. Exactly, Adam. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Starbucks. Yeah, I'm about to signal Starbucks, y'all, and I might do Nvidia, but Starbucks looking like a go for me. Adobe looks really good. God damn it. You said smaller account options. A smaller account option would be sound. But again, like I said, it could be a 3-2 setup, but the only reason I'm staying away from it is because of the triple bottom. Um, let's see. Starbucks is probably gonna be the best bet for a smaller account. All right, so we'll do that. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be cheaper than Nvidia. All right, so I'm gonna go off screen real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and signal this, and then I'll get back with y'all in a second. But I'm gonna walk y'all through it. All right. About to get this money real quick, y'all. Man, this cleared me out today, man. Some yogi tea. Hey, look at what this says. I like the little message on it. It says, "You are unlimited." It's for y'all. All right. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, and Starbucks pushing down too. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah. I like Starbucks a lot. Yeah, yeah. What we used to call it back in the day, Star Beezy. Who, who, who? Let me. Where my TPC OGs at? When we used to call it Star Beezy. Where my TPC OGs? Oh yeah, Starbucks is nice and affordable. That's all right. Don't, but y'all make sure y'all don't get the same, like don't get the today's, right. We want to go with Starbucks. We want to go 320. All right, we want to go 320 with the bucks. 320 with the bucks. We're gonna do 99. All right, y'all, pay attention. All right, I'm giving it to you right here. Starbucks 320 99 puts. S Bucks 320 99 puts. All right, let me put it in the group. All right. All right. We in there. We in there. We in there. All right. Let me make sure y'all ain't got no questions. Y'all clear on that? Yeah, QTZ said she remember Star. Yeah, exactly. Star Beezy and Paulina used to be the shit. But market cycles change. We ain't been hitting them as we ain't been hitting those particular stocks because we've been having other opportunities. You caught the Netflix bounce. Do you mind looking at that chart? Yeah, I got you. All right, so I'm in Starbucks, y'all. Let me flip the camera so y'all not cursing me out. All right. All right, so Netflix. All right. Oh yeah, it's a nice little bounce there. Yeah, it looks like I said, it could go. It could go crazy, right? It could go crazy. I'm not saying that like it does have a good setup, right? It could come and fill this fair value gap. It already filled like 50% of it. So it could come fill this fair value gap. Like I said, a better like entry, Natalie, would just be when it breaks out of this flag right here. Right? So I got the bull flag drawn. Sometimes I take the bottom of the bull flag off, but yeah, you get the message, right? So we could just do it here for a tighter trend line, right? So once it breaks out of this right here, then it could go. So I like it there. If you want to catch it early, that's cool. But today would be a confirmation day. So if it closed like up here today, that would be an easy confirmation. But a better confirmation for me is outside of the flag. So once we do that, then that's when I got Netflix going all the way up to like 104. All right. Um, I'm trying to debate if I want to take a second one because I ain't gonna lie, Adobe looking good. I ain't gonna lie, Adobe looking good. I might mess with Adobe, y'all. Yeah. 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 Starbucks is moving in the right direction. All right. Again, y'all feel free. Like Adobe is a solid setup as well. I'm not going to signal it officially. But again, you guys got your own. You guys know what's going on. Y'all know how to do this trading stuff. All right. I'm not talking to no amateurs. All right. Y'all know how to do this. So do what works. You said Adobe, please. Yeah. Listen, y'all could get in Adobe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I said 99 puts on Starbucks. I said 99 puts on Starbucks. Target for Starbucks. We could take Starbucks to 97. I wouldn't be surprised if it came down. Yeah, I wouldn't surprise if it came lower. But 97 is what we'll target. But then again, we'll see how it opens on Monday, right? It could be lower than that. It could gap down. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see how Starbucks is looking. Y'all should already be up on Starbucks. Y'all should already be up on Starbucks. How y'all looking on Starbucks? Y'all should already be up. Um, do I like Adobe better than Nvidia? Well, we didn't take Nvidia. We took Starbucks. Zay. We took 99 puts on Starbucks. Um, and do I like Adobe better than Nvidia? The only reason I would say yes is because Nvidia being in that bullish order block. So yeah, Adobe would be a better play. Adobe like calls would be a better play. All right, but I'm satisfied with with Starbucks. Um, yeah, I'm satisfied with that one move. That's the one. I'm not gonna take any additional. All right. Yeah. You see, yeah, Adams up 7%. Yeah, Joy's up 6%. Yeah. So yeah, we just gotta be just let that play out. Let that do what it does. What's the strike on Adobe? I don't. Let me look at it. Like I said, I'm not taking it, but if I were to take it, it would be right at the money. So whatever right at the money is on Adobe, and it's pushing down. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. Yeah, I'll give you the strike. Give me just 1 second. So with Adobe, man, Adobe, I would go 322. So 250 calls, 320. 250 calls, 320. Right? Adobe is going to be a little more on the expensive side though, y'all. So Adobe is going to be a little bit expensive. All right. And when I'm looking at Adobe, yeah, that's going to run you about $660 per contract. You know what I'm saying? That's going to run you about $660. $660. All right, what y'all talking about? So that was a nice scalp. There we go. Hey, appreciate it, Miss Fruitful. Enjoy yourself. Stoic got 11%. Nice. 13% O's on Oso. Yeah. Yeah, Starbucks looking good already. Already. Yeah, we holding Starbucks. I mean, it's up to you. I'm holding it personally. But if y'all want to take it, if y'all want to take profits now, that's totally up to y'all. That's totally up to y'all. Again, if you a person that just want to see green, right? And you like, all right, I like to close out my week on top and not have to worry about it, over the weekend. Absolutely, go take profit. Absolutely. Don't let me stop you. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate it, Natalie. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's been real. It's been real. It's always love with y'all, man. It's always love. Y'all, if y'all are, new to the channel, welcome. Right? This is what we do. This is what it's all about. 11:30 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. I'm on live. I'm on live again on Sunday, giving the watch list at 4 p.m. Pacific. Right? So 2:30 for the Monday through Friday Eastern, and then 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. So 4 p.m. if you're on the West, 7 p.m. if you're on the East for the Sunday watch list. For the lock-in sessions like one of these, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. All right. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the link in my bio. Join the Prosperity Collective and get your money up. Right. Have a community that you can lean on. Right. Have a great way to start your day. All right. These are all things that are present in the Prosperity Collective. We're patient, we're accurate, we're disciplined, but we also have a good ass time. All right. If you're looking for a community like that, don't delay. The year will be over before you know it. The year will be over before you know it. And it's like, why not set yourself up to go into next year smoking, right? Have that P&L green and you're going into next year with fire. All right? If you've been doing it alone, you don't have to. We welcome you with open arms. All right? If that resonates, you know what to do. Everybody else, man, it's always love. We're going to get to it every time. We're going to take the best setups every time. All right? I'm about to get up out of here. We're going to let Starbucks cook. If y'all, yeah, Adobe was a call. Yep, exactly. We're gonna let it cook. If y'all want to take profits, whatever. Well, it's 1 p.m. now, so you can't do it now. But yeah, the plays are there. Again, we do this every day. All right. It's always love over here. Remember, invest smart so you can live free. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.